Kentucky Derby, Pretenders, Contenders, and Lasagna? Oh, and guess what? Flyers won. Thanks for joining us on Beer to Baker Banter.
Saddle up, partners.
Yeah. Three bearded brothers, they take the mic. Baker by name, they bring the hype. Dropping hot takes in the podcast zone. Sports debates from the comfort of home. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game. One's got stats like a numbers machine. One spins story sharp, crisp and clean. The other cracks jokes, but his points still land. Together they're the trio with the hottest brand. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game.
And welcome back to another edition of Beer to Baker Banter, the sports podcast, episode 167. You got two of us. Welcome, Trent.
It's good to be here. Glad I could fulfill my duties and show up.
Hey, we got some big news to start with here. Not going to spend a ton of time. But the Bullies are back, baby. Battle of PA. Flyers win. Beautiful overtime win. Send the Penguins home crying where they belong. The Bullies are back, baby. Dude, that was an incredible game.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, and we were watching the last little, the overtime period together, and I said hockey is just a sport where you just like literally live on edge the entire game. It's like,
yep,
it's incredible. It's even when your team's up at the very end and teams can pull their goalie, that right there, even if you're up 2 goals, it's still sweaty. But
yeah,
what young, achieving, probably doing more than anybody thought they would do. I mean,
100%.
We got to see this team at our local, Hershey, Pennsylvania Giants Center play the Caps in a little preseason hockey game, and you could tell it's like, man, from the days of Claude Giroux and Nick Voracek, and we talked about Radko Gudas a little bit tonight, and I think I dropped a Bob Oski the other day. These guys, I mean, it's like you even texted the other night. Every time somebody scores, it's like, oh, this is this guy's first ever Stanley Cup goal, and he hasn't scored this playoffs yet, and it's nuts,
dude. I mean, and that was even, I think it was Cam York's first playoff goal. So, and I feel like there was like a different guy that scored every single game. It was like, I don't know if anybody had 2 goals, the entire series for the Flyers. I feel like every single person had like 1 goal apiece.
I forget, but the Michigan State kid did. He did. He had 2.
Martone. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he had 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2, but not trying to like blow up your spot there, but he definitely, I'll give him his credit. I'll give him his credit.
Hey, he's a young dude. Keep it going.
Hey,
so we got the Hurricanes next. That's right.
Yeah.
So we got the Hurricanes next. It's been a pretty even matchup all season for the Flyers and the Hurricanes. So I'll be interested to see what happens. I know the Hurricanes swept, so they've had some time off, which, hey, could be a little bit of a bad thing.
Yeah.
Flyers are revved up and ready to go. So Dan Vladar, dude, Vladar is the man.
42 shutout tonight, boys. 42 save shutout.
Incredible. But all right. Well, that being said, Trent, we do have the Kentucky Derby this weekend, everybody's favorite horse race. Make sure you bring your bourbon. Make sure you bring your Derby cap. That being said, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh no, I'm definitely going to bring bourbon, not a Derby cap.
Okay. I'm bringing a Derby cap. So
yeah.
Take that for what you will. But so just to clarify, we are not experts on horse racing. We do some research and stuff throughout the week as the horses come out. Obviously know a little bit about what we're talking about, know a little bit about the horses, some of the trainers and jockeys and all that fun stuff. But obviously not experts by any means, but
I did use a lot of glue growing up though. A lot of glue.
Wow. That's like,
I'm sorry. That's a joke. I'm
horse.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Terrible.
I know.
But so that being said,
I
I know. I see that. That's good. So what we usually do here is we do pick a winner here. We pick a surprise winner, which is usually 20 to 1 odds or heavier. And then we also pick what's known as a trifecta box, which is where you basically pick the top 3 horses that you think will finish in the top 3. It can be any order. So that's kind of our picks that we do here. So we'll go through that stuff. And what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with just a plain old winner? And we'll go from there.
Yeah, I think we go our, like our straight up winner, like who we think we got, not our long shot, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So here's the post positions.
I will say what's quite fun. Us probably, Ty, this was both of us mid-20s. There was nothing better than getting people all together, turning this into like an all-day event where you're just like yard games, hanging out, obviously crushing some brews and bourbon. But you literally just we used to draw names. Remember, we used to, take as many people were there and divvying up and winners got winner. I think I don't know what we used to. I don't even think we put money on it back then. We were just like, hey, your guy won. You're chugging a beer.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
That's a celebration right there, baby. That's
congratulations.
Yeah. But
hey,
I love
any
it.
reason to party a little bit, It's the fun part.
Absolutely.
So looking at the post positions here that you can see, Silent Tactic has been officially scratched from the race. So anybody that can see that, don't plan on betting on Silent Tactics. Is
not too many people would have known that.
No, it's quiet
because silent. It was a silent tactic of dropping out. I know. Okay. I'll go winner here, Ty.
All right, go ahead.
Rocco's Modern Life. Chief Wallaby. You didn't see that coming. You were confused, weren't you?
Wasn't confused. Well, no idea. I didn't know where you're going with Rocco's Modern Life, and then
come on, he's a wallaby.
I know. I didn't. Nope.
Wallabies, Vegemite sandwiches.
No, I didn't. I did not have that. But Chief Wallaby, I do like that pick. I know he's 8 to 1 odds currently.
So. 8 to 1. So not the favorite, but I did have a little bit of notes here on him. Won the 2025 Derby. I'm sorry, the jockey Mott won the 2025 Derby with Sovereignty. So that's one thing. It's a guy that knows the track, knows how to win on the track. Again, this is based on research. It's his closing style that fits the Derby's demands, where a lot of times you can see it. I mean, that's what makes it so exciting. Is a lot of times it comes literally right down to the end of, oh my God, it's a horse race, and who's going to pull ahead and win by a nose or whatnot. So that's why I went with him. Plus, honestly, I thought the name just right away. I don't know why that name just jumped out to me right away. So Chief Wallaby, 8 to 1 odds. I'm taking it.
I like it. Chief Wallaby is trained by Bill Mott, and you talked about anybody can win.
That's right.
He is a horse that can come on at the end. So I know he had strong placings behind Commandment and Puma in the Fountain of Youth and Florida Derby. So he was a close 3rd place. So this could be it. I do like Chief Wallaby, so that's a good pick there.
Thank you.
All right. My winner's not too chalky, but still a little bit chalky. I'm not going with the true favorite. I'm going with Commandment. Commandment was the Florida Derby winner. He was the half-brother to Renegade, trained by Brad Cox, who does have a very strong Kentucky Derby record. Right now, Commandment sits at 6 to 1. Doing a little bit of research and kind of, getting into some of the, who's picking where and where's, a lot of stuff. I'm finding that Commandment may end up having better odds. Sorry, worse odds? I guess worse.
A little less juice. We'll say a little less juice.
Yeah, I have a feeling that when it's all said and done, Commandment could be the true favorite, but we'll see how that goes. So, but that's where I'm going with right now. Taking them at 6 to 1 right now. So that's where we're at with my winner.
Gotcha.
All right. Next
shot.
one. What's that?
Long shot.
Yeah, next one we got long shot. You want to start?
Yeah. I will say this. I was, if I'm basing it just off a name, I do love yogurt and I do love whiskey. So Dan and Bourbon was hard to pass up on.
Dan and Burby.
Dan and Burby. But yogurt, whiskey, delicious. But anyway, not together, but separate, my long shot winner, don't really have much of a reason behind it other than, again, there's just things that jump out to me about the horse's name sometimes. Incredible. I love it.
So hold on, you're going with Dan and Bourbon?
No, I'm going Incredible.
Oh, okay.
I said it was hard to pass up on
the
on the Dan and Bourbon.
I almost went Dan and Bourbon, and then there's some reasons I didn't. But Incredible,
yeah.
You know whose favorite that is?
No.
Dave Portnoy. All over Incredible right now.
I did not know that. That's my that guy knows horses. Him and I both like great horses.
I know he does. So yeah, that's one to keep an eye on. So yeah, Incredible. That's a good pick. I like that.
Thank you. I did not know that about Portnoy either.
Yeah,
great minds.
I did. I know.
El Presidente. Next spring break Vegas. Sign me up. Woo.
There you go. I went back and forth with some of these. Originally, I had Right to Party written in. After doing some research, though, I find that he does tend to finish a little bit slower. So thinking about, coming on at the end, didn't really feel like that was a good pick. Coming on at the end.
Late comers.
Hey. So they call them back shots.
Oh. That's not what they call. Oh my goodness.
Sorry. So I ended up going with a horse named Full Effort, who's sitting at a 20-1 odds. He's at post 20 right now. He is a gray colt, also trained by Brad Cox, though. So
you're a Cox lover.
I knew that was coming.
That was where you teed that right up for me. If Trey was here, he would have totally jumped on it too.
I know.
Jumped on Cox.
But he is a deep closer running style with sustained late run, which they say is ideal for a pace at the Derby. So if he can get a clean trip, we'll be good to go. But Full Effort is where I'm going. So something easy to.
Cox's horse is a deep closer.
Deep closer.
Man, the jokes write themselves.
I know.
Can I just say another one that I like? I love the name Golden Tempo. Like that to me, like as an offensive guy, I love tempo offense on football. So it's like Golden Tempo, baby, let's go. But man, I love it. I love it this year.
Yeah, I do too. All right. So I guess we got a trifecta box left, huh?
All right. Does not matter the place, just the top three in any order, as a reminder.
Yep.
Interesting because, Tyler, I know the odds are there in front of me, but I wasn't sure with like Further Ado and Commandment. Because I kind of stuck with a select few that I really dove deeper into. But my trifecta box is I always like to throw the favorite in my trifecta.
Yeah. So
I have Renegade, I have Commandment, and I've got Chief Wallaby.
Okay. I like
that.
So
1, 6, and 12.
So I agree with you. I like to put at least, my winner horse in there. I'd hope.
Yes.
I did not put Renegade in mine.
That's stupid.
You're
just trying to win. You're just trying to get a win in case you lose type deal. I got you. I almost did the same thing.
No, but here's no. I said I didn't put Renegade. I put Commandment in it.
Okay.
So yeah, but I don't know. So I just feel like a lot of these horse races, especially lately, there's been these like wild ass, weird odds horses that come out of nowhere and like start at the front and then stay at the front and then maybe drop to second. And they're like, where did that even come from? We didn't even see that coming. So while I liked picking some of the heavy favorites here, in my trifecta, I did pick a horse that's a little bit deeper in odds, and it was not my full effort surprise winner. So I went with Commandment, Chief Wallaby, and I went with Litmus Test.
Ooh.
Who you actually did bring up prior to the show here is Baffert horse, correct?
I know why. Yep, it is. It's a Bob Baffert horse, which we are Bob Baffert fans. What a head of hair.
Yeah. And I'm here. I'm going to tell you, like, I don't know.
Has to be. He's a silver fox, man.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely looks like Will Ferrell.
I know you're going to say
for sure.
Yes, 100% he is.
Yeah. But I don't know. The funny thing is like, as I was just kind of like looking at names, you know, initially to get my feel for things before I started researching them, Litmus Test stuck out to me just as a weird name that I'm like, I don't know. I feel like something could happen with that horse, especially at a pole position 4. And then when I actually did the research and saw it was Baffert, I'm like, oh wow, maybe that was just God saying, hey, go with him.
Yeah.
So I got 6. I have 12, and I have 4. 4, 6, 12.
4, 6. So we're two out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
I like it.
Should be fun. I dude, it's so fast. It ends so quickly, and I'm just like, but it is such a rush for this.
It is. It doesn't. I don't think they don't like post till like 7 o'clock.
It's usually like 6:58 or something, like something weird.
Yeah. 7 o'clock.
Well, no, but I'm saying it's like literally 6:58.
I thought I saw it was 7:02 this year. Actually, I'm not kidding. I'm not making that up.
It might be.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anything else with the horses?
The only thing I hope for no rain for them. I like when it's a clean race.
I agree, because that shit throws such a wrench into a lot of stuff. I agree. I hope the weather is good. So,
and you know what's really great is we don't have to cheer on a computer generated race like in 2020, 2021.
You remember that shit?
Dude, we were drinking for that too, man. we lived that up.
Always got to celebrate.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, that's right. Before we get into new little segment we got going on here, we'll talk just a little Orioles baseball coming up here. So they were postponed yesterday, so they're actually playing a doubleheader today against the Astros. I think Bassett's still on the mound to start at least. 12:35 this is the first game, and then following 30 minutes after, I think the second game is going to begin. So that was slated to be Trevor Rogers, but I don't know if you saw he's been placed 15. On sickness 15 DL, whatever. So
as long as it's not arm soreness, I'm okay with that.
That said sickness, so we'll see.
I think they're letting him get in his mind right. Just got to get back to his control. So
agreed. So we'll see what happens. But then we take on a nice 4-game series against the Yankees. So,
ooh, baby,
it's always fun.
You gotta win 2. Got to win 2 out of those 4 against the Yankees.
Well, especially traveling up to the Bronx. So steal a couple here, get a little bit mojo underneath you again, because I don't know. Losing 2 to the Red Sox kind of pissed me off just because of how they're looking. That firing their manager, like that was a whole weird shit. But
yeah,
I don't know.
A lot of weird shit there. But you know what? They're okay. They're still in for a wild card spot. The way I look at it is Adley's playing phenomenal right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like Adley Rutschman is back to Adley Rutschman form of 2 years ago.
Especially since coming back from being out for a little bit.
Oh yeah, but even before that, dude, he was hitting the ball.
I know,
and he's
doing it. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't missed a beat.
Gunner's got to cut down the strikeouts, but he's also volatile, so like he can explode for homers. Obviously, I think he's at 10 or more now. At one point, he was leading the league for a little bit. A couple other guys. But the way I'm looking at it is we're getting some production early on out of guys that you wouldn't expect. We're hanging around 500. Remember, 54, 54, 54. Got to break the season up. So once Pete gets his act in line, which I think he's going to start, he's picking up a ball in a brand new park at home now for how many years did he play for the Mets? So it's like, once the big bats get rolling, we're going to be just fine. Because Basalo's he's coming into his own right now.
He's hitting right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I believe he's batting. I think he's batting over like 500 in the last couple games. Like 2 home runs, bunch of RBIs. So
let me tell you who else
smacking the shit out of the ball too.
Kobe Mayo is showing some life at the end of the order too, and he's been solid in the field. So those are the guys that you need to step up because you don't even have Jackson Holiday or Westberg in there yet.
Oh, I know. I forget who it was at third base the other night against the Astros who picked up that bunt on the end.
It was Kobe.
Barehanded, chucked it.
Oh,
it wasn't Kobe.
They subbed in Blaze.
That's it was.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a
play.
But that was a hell of a play there to end the game. I was like, holy shit.
It was.
So it was nice to see that.
Altuve running.
Altuve, yep. It was fast as shit.
Yeah.
But, all right, cool. So, new little segment.
One request.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this to Trey. I would like to do a 999 challenge this summer with an Orioles game, and you, me, and Trey, and anybody else that's willing to participate. But I would like to do a 999 challenge.
Well, explain the 999 to people so that way they know what that is.
So you have 9 innings to consume 9 hot dogs and 9 beers. So, and you gotta finish them by the end of the game.
12-ounce beers?
Yeah, we can do a 12-ounce beers. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, what kind of beers do we want to do?
Yeah, I think you'd do 12-ounce beers. I mean, if you guys want to do 16, we do 16.
What I was going to say is 12-ounce perpetuals. Shout out Troops.
Whoa. I don't know if I could do 9 perpetuals.
They're 12 ounces.
Maybe go a little lighter, man. Go a little less on the ABV. Make sure we can remember the 9th hot dog and the 9th beer, you know? No, I'm just kidding.
I hear you. Thought I heard a cat.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. I'll still be standing at the end. You and Trey will be all over the place.
Oh, that'd be Trey. All right. So
Trey might finish his hot dogs before the 5th inning.
Yeah. Just guzzler. He guzzles them. It's crazy. He's a rascal.
He's gonna be so mad because he usually comes at you at the hot dog stuff, and now he's not here. He can't defend himself.
Sorry, Trey. Can't defend yourself, bud.
Oh.
All right, so new little baseball segment here we'll talk about called Pretenders versus Contenders. Made a couple cool graphics here for us, so we'll check that out. And all right, so first round we got here is the Yankees, the Rays. Sorry, I wish that play thing wasn't up there.
There's nothing on there anymore, Ty.
Okay,
good. So if I'm deciding here between who's the pretender, who's the contender, one.
So and I know we haven't really talked about what it's going to look like. I mean, they could both be pretenders, but they could also both be contenders. So
okay, well, I'm saying there is a contender, there is a pretender between these two. The contender is absolutely the Yankees. Yankees with Aaron Judge, with all the talent that they have there in New York every year. I don't think they're going to win the World Series, but I do believe that they're legit. They're going to be at the top of the AL East, and AL East is one of the, most loaded divisions there is. But I got the Yankees being real. Tampa Bay, they're doing what Tampa Bay does, right? They suck a year, and then all of a sudden they're like, holy hell, they're really good. Right. Don't forget the year that they started out like crazy, like undefeated for a while, and then just fell off the face of the earth for a while. So I'm saying the Rays, I'm not sold on them. I just think there's too many teams that have inflated records at the beginning of the year that everybody gets hyped on, like the Pirates, and they fall off. They fall back to their true forms. Rays, I'm not saying that they're on the line of the Pirates, but it is crazy how the Rays just continuously develop pitchers, and they're just so willing to just trade them away. Like it's no big deal. They'll just bring somebody else up through their farm team, and they'll be a hell of a pitcher as well, and then they'll get traded in a year or two. So I'm going Yankees, Contenders, Rays, Pretenders.
Okay. So I agree with that. I mean, Tampa Bay Rays, they've had a bunch of 1-run win games. I know they're sitting at 8-12 right now. 10-8 on the road, 8-4 at home, but they have a 0-run differential. All right. Or at least I think it was like a day or so ago. I know there's been a game or two in between there, but at that point in time, they were 0-run differential. It's like, how often can that really last with stuff? But I agree with you in the sense of the Yankees. The Yankees have so much power, elite offense, big lineup, big bats, good defense. Just don't ask Chisholm about the rules of baseball, and I think he'll be fine. Yeah. But yeah, I do see the Yankees. I agree with you. I don't think they'll be contenders in the sense of that going to win the World Series, but I think they can make a little bit of a run. Cause some chaos here in the playoffs. But
yeah,
how do you pick against Aaron Judge? You know what I mean? I feel and I'm not a fan of him, but I do put him and Ohtani kind of in like a league of their own, especially when they're both healthy. You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey, here's Ohtani, here's Aaron Judge. Everybody else kind of falls in like another category right underneath them, but
they're the top tier. They're the top tier guys.
Yeah. So, all right, let's go to the next two. All right, so we got the Cubs and the Braves. Pretender, contender. It's interesting because remember Atlanta had a pretty big down season last year, struggled a lot of games, but they look like they're back in playing form. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the Rays are the one true threat to the Dodgers. I think their bats are good. I think their pitching is good. Acuna is starting to, he's livening up his bat the way Olsen started. What a wonderful phrase. Matt Olsen is, he's helping me in my little home run pick competition that we're in.
Yeah.
So he's crushing dingers. I'm not going to lie. In this one right here, because then on the other side of it, I think both of these teams right here are contenders. Again,
I think the Cubs are.
Yeah, both NL, so no one's getting past the Dodgers. I'm sorry to keep saying that, and I'm sorry if that's a downer. I do think the Braves are the team to take the Dodgers to the limit at best, but I like the Cubs, man. I think Suzuki's back. If he's not back yet, he's close to being back. He's a huge bat for them last year. I believe he had over 25 homers. Pete Crow Armstrong, another young talent that's a stud. I'm on the Cubs as being real. They did start out again very slow early, and some of those other teams in their division were like, "Oh my God, look at this! The Pirates, look at this team, look at this." Correct me if I'm wrong. Are the Cubs and Braves in the same one?
No,
I'm sorry. Cubs and Brewers.
Cubs and Brewers are, yes. They're both in the NL Central.
I don't know. I mean, just from wagering wise, based on like bets that I've made, because I obviously we follow baseball pretty heavy, but yeah, like the Brewers, I thought were going to be way better than what they are.
I agree with that.
And their fault, like they started off like first 10 games, they looked like, okay, wow, like Mizurowski, however you pronounce that name, he's legit, and he's kind of, he had a little bit of a sophomore. I mean, I guess it's not a true sophomore. I'd still kind of count this as rookie season because he came in so late last year. But
yeah,
I don't know. I just think the Cubs. I think they're legit. I think both of these teams on the board right now are legit contenders.
Yeah, I don't know. The Cubs are tough. Cubs are tough just in the sense of, I think, pitching. Sometimes they struggle a little bit. Not even necessarily starting pitching. I know that there's some questions about their depth in starting pitching, but I just, their bullpen's concerning. So in that sense, they do have some star power. I know you mentioned PCA and stuff, but 18-11, I don't know. I mean, you're right though. When you look at the NL Central, I mean, you got the Reds, Cardinals, Pirates, and the Brewers. So I'll call them a contender just in the sense of who they're playing with. So I think that out of those teams, I think that they are the best team in there. So I'll call them a contender.
They're second in runs scored, third in hits, third in batting average, fourth in OPS, fourth in home runs. And then I would even just go down to the pitching. They're fourth in WHIP. So, they're not getting a ton of guys
agree.
on base each inning. They're going to be all right.
I think they're definitely. I mean, if we're going to pick pretender, contender in each one, I would say that they'd be the pretender. But at the same time, I agree with you. I think they're both contenders. The Braves are playing out of their minds right now. They actually have the best run differential in the league with 68, I think it is.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Pretty. I mean, like I said, the Braves look to be back to old form. And I don't know. Right now, the way that a couple of teams in the NL East are playing, I don't know if anybody's going to catch them.
That's the point there.
It may get to the point where they're just too far ahead. So the other teams might just be playing to get in the wild card. So,
dude, Phillies and Mets own the two longest losing streaks this year, don't they?
I do believe that. So
yeah, and the Phillies just fired their freaking coach.
That being said, it's a good segue. So I didn't want to talk too much about it because I did know that was the last and final matchup here we got. So we do have the Mets and the Phillies as the contenders. I know we just came away with two contenders with the Braves and the Cubs. And what do you think here? So you mentioned the Phillies fired their manager, which I think, says something.
Yeah, I mean, is that the spark that gets them over? Like, the Phillies season right now is mirroring the Orioles last year.
Which is not good. Sorry, Phillies fans, but that is
exactly. So, and again, it's a long season.
A lot of sad tissues.
Right now, if I'm picking it,
I don't know why I said that.
I don't either. So, I mean, it's so hard to say one is a contender over the other because I look at how are the Phillies this bad with that payroll?
I agree.
They're bad. They're really bad. And then, they made the move to get that closer, but it's it doesn't matter if you have a great ass closer if you're not winning, if you're not scoring runs, and if you're not winning a game to save it, So right now, honestly, my gut feeling with the management change, Mets are getting Juan Soto back. The Mets are bad, but if I had to pick between the two that will end up a potential contender, it would be the Mets. But I'm going both these teams they're done. Because like we just said, your point of it's the Braves, man. The Braves are back.
Yeah. I agree with you in the sense I think they're both pretenders. I disagree with you in the sense of I think if any of the two are going to make a little push, I think the Phillies will have the chance. I think the Phillies will have a chance. I think their pitching. I think they have good pitching, and they have great bats. I mean,
they're pitching well this year.
And that's what I'm seeing. Now Suarez the other night pitched pretty well. The day after they fired their manager, and they actually got a win, which was nice for them. But
Suarez is gone. He's a Red Sox.
I know. Hold on.
Luzardo?
Yes. Yeah. It's the Z's. It's like SZA.
Oh God. Halftime show. SZA.
but yeah, I don't know. we'll see what the Phillies can do. I like watching the Phils. I mean, just being a local team, they're usually on TV too. I usually have Orioles on one, and that Phillies are playing. I'll put them in the other TV just as some background noise somewhere else. But
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, so any other things here baseball wise? Starting to get back into my K props a little bit, still figuring it out,
Yeah, honestly, I'm today I dabbled in a little bit of a first five run line with the Rockies being +0.5. Yeah, yesterday, sorry. Watch out. Saganu, man. Oriole last year, I'm telling you, he was on my radar. He's pitching extremely well there for Colorado. So I had some confidence in that, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm having a decent stretch here. I shouldn't have just said that, but I'm having a decent stretch for the recipe for us with I was dabbling with like the first fives a lot, unders, overs early to just see if I can hit my stride with it. And again, I was really struggling so early, but I've been just picking money lines. Like I look for a team that you can get a decent money line juice, I should say. That's typically like, hey, they should win this game, and I ride with that. One thing I will say that Tyler, you opened my eyes to this year was if the money line's a little too high, like saying like 180s, 190s, I like the -1 because you get better juice, and then worst comes to worst, if they do win by one, you just push.
Right.
You get your money back. So
yeah, I do like that. It's been something I've been toying with a little bit. So
I've only seen it on DraftKings though, correct? So just a heads up. Is anybody?
Yes, that's where I've been taking them. So yeah. I don't know. My K prop stuff, I did put together a little. I know I've talked about it with you guys off air and stuff, but I put together a little Claude AI agent to run some data and stuff for K props, just to kind of give some insight, and it really takes. I put in a lot of key data, 6 data points, I believe, total. Swinging strike rate, swing strike percentage, strikeout percent, like a whole bunch of different stuff that actually looks at not just the pitchers, but it actually analyzes the pitchers against the team that they're throwing against, in terms of like what's their whiff percentage and, things like that. So it's a work in progress. It's something to look at, but yeah, the Claude AI K prop tool I put together just to kind of give some sort of guidance, because I feel like I get in a rut sometimes where I pick the same guys. You pick the same pitchers, which is great. You kind of get comfortable, but I wanted to kind of expand that. So even yesterday's pick, I believe I picked Sprout. What'd you call him, Trent?
Sprout the goat.
Sprout goat.
Sprout goat.
But yeah, so just something, anytime you can make any of that stuff. But I don't know, we might push that out to people at some point. We'll see if you can get some of these agents out. But
agents.
That's why I said agents.
Okay.
AI agents.
I got you.
So, all right. Let's go one final segment here.
Thought Trey was on the show for a second. Sorry.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
All right. Lasagna. All right, this is a starting point here. All right.
Okay.
It actually came from our good friend Jeff. He and I were talking the other day at lunch about something Charles Barkley brought up on one of the NBA post-game shows or something, and he said that if you stack 2 slices of lasagna, right? You cut your lasagna into squares. You stack 2 slices of lasagna on top of each other. Is it 1 serving or is it 2 servings?
I love that. I absolutely love that.
It takes food to a different level, because we're going to start with lasagna here, but then there's a lot of other options that we could actually look at.
Well, a little bit. That's I don't know if there's much more you get, because you can't stack like 2 pieces of pizza and say it's 1 piece. Like, you can't do that.
Think of like Big Macs with 3 pieces of bread, though.
No, that's too big. It's more than that. Like here, it's like, how layered is your lasagna? Did you make a deep dish lasagna? So I'm gonna go I guess to do the like actual research is like, what is a authentic layered lasagna? Like how many layers of noodle is there, right? And then you got to count that based on serving. But I'm a guy that if I see the size of the squares that people are cutting, I'm cutting, and you're able to cut your own. I'm cutting a rectangle.
Ooh, why are you cutting a rectangle?
Because I'm sneaking two servings that is one piece. Does that make sense?
So now, so you're taking this to another level. You're not stacking it. Now you're just extending it.
I mean, I'm talking from actual experience. Like I did this growing up at home. I do this to this day. If my wife makes it, and I'm gonna be like, oh, she'll be like, oh, like why is one whole side missing? I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
just a miss. It was just a miscut.
Yeah, I mean, I also am a believer in like when you are prepping your plates. If like I'm just using an example here, like pierogies, the pierogi count doesn't count to your count if you eat it before you sit down with it on your plate.
Oh, 100%.
Like I usually
they're called passerby pierogies.
Yeah, like they don't count.
You're just passing by and grabbing one.
Oh, dude, like I guarantee there's sometimes where again we'll get like the value bag at Costco. You know,
oh yeah,
she'll look at how many I made. She's like, dude, how many are you eating? I'm like, maybe like 15 or 20. Like, totally. Like,
I mean, absolutely.
But honestly, like you're eating them before you sit down. They're not counting towards my count.
Oh, not at all.
I sometimes do a Domino's pizza. I'll eat a slice of pizza before, and I'm like, come out with 2 or 3 on my plate. And she doesn't like say 3, but I'll be like, yeah, just having 3 slices because it is what it is.
One didn't count. Yeah,
and this is why I'm big.
It's like forgotten calories.
Yeah,
that's pierogi thing, man. I showed you the one I took a picture of. I filled up my entire Blackstone. I think I had 40 on there. Same thing. It was like, I have 2 kids, but like they're not eating a ton of them. You know, and same thing. I'm pretty sure that I actually hammered about 20 some. You know, I started with like 10, and I'm like, all right. And then by the end of the night, I think I was like at 22, maybe, like based on like what everybody else, because I could just leave them sit there. They're sitting on the plate, and it's like, tomorrow they're not going to be as good. They're still crispy right now.
Oh man, they're pierogies. Oh, I love them.
Dude, it's best. Onions or no onions?
I'm no onions guy. I'm a no onions guy.
Ooh, okay. I can go onions or no onions, but I do ketchup, huh? I'm more of a mustard guy.
You get that from Dad.
Yeah, maybe.
Dad's definitely a mustard guy on pierogies.
I would say that I prefer onions though, sauteed. Lots of butter.
So I used to have Mom make sure they made them without onions. Actually, she used to make 2 sides of onions and no onions. Yep.
Think about that, dude. I mean, she used to have, remember, like she used to have like 3 griddles going. Now you can just like throw 1 Blackstone out there. It's like, all right.
Oh yeah,
just cover all the bases.
Heck yeah.
But all right, so we're both on the
It's a 1 serving.
1 serving. I agree with that, and I also agree with the sense of how big is your lasagna layer? And I don't know. Is there a truly right answer to how many layers you can put in lasagna?
I'll have to ask some of my Italian friends.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. That sounds fine.
They would be offended if you wouldn't ask them, right? Like,
I don't know.
Like if they I'm not like people of that culture get offended if you just use jarred tomato sauce like that. That's like a no. Like I'll tell you what though, I buy my boxed noodles, freaking Redner's Warehouse Markets, next official sponsor, unofficial. Get a couple boxes of pasta, man. You're set for a couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
I don't know. All right. What about this one? Here you go. Ready? Just last kind of. What about
starving now? I'm starving.
I know. Well, we just came off that 72-hour fast, so
I know.
Everything sounds good. And I'll tell you what, that lasagna computer picture looks damn good.
I would eat 5 of those.
Yeah.
Right there. That's I mean, 5.
So here you go, though. All right, we talked about like sandwiches, and I said a Big Mac. You said no. What if the grilled cheeses are your buns for a sandwich? Which we have done before. You don't laugh at that.
Yeah, we have.
We've done that before. So I'm saying, does it consider 2 sandwiches or is that 3? Because you got
I'm counting that as one vessel for my burger.
So it's one sandwich.
Yes.
2 grilled cheese sandwiches with a burger in between is one sandwich.
Yeah, because it's my bun.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. If
I don't have a burger in between, then I'm saying I'm stacking 2. That's 2 grilled sandwiches. Because I know for certain a sandwich is made with a slice of bread. But with my burger, that's my vessel. So
that's just kind of silly. That sounds a little bit silly, though, when you think of it.
Don't care. It's my food.
Fair.
It's
fair. All right. Well, one last thing, just so everybody can see the post positions there for the Derby. Make sure you put your bets in there. Get them out there. Check it out. Saturday evening. Oh, that's right. We do. We got a little break. So shout out to the hobby. All right. Who we got there? We got baseball cards.
Well, I was going to say, should I do one of Stadium Club in honor of Trey, or should I rip a Heritage one here?
Yeah, go Heritage.
Let's go Heritage. Heritage it is. So, Topps Heritage, the thing that you'll see, you get 8 cards in a pack of this caliber out of a mega box. What I like about them is they're like classic looking cards. Like and even the feel, the look, everything is it's like old school looking, man. It's like a cardboard cut baseball card. Take it back.
I like those.
So you get some nice inserts every now and then, some shiny ones that look cool, and every once in a while you just get some kind of chrome type inserts as well, which can be sometimes hard to see. All right, here we go. Ooh. It's a good one. He's a hell of a player for the Red Sox. Rafael for the Red Sox. All right. This is a all-star rookie. Topic trophy.
Yep.
Augustin Ramirez.
I do like the style of those cards.
Yep. Rookie card, Andre Granillo.
Okay.
I think I've gotten that one already. Oh, so this is an All-Stars parallel.
Javier
Baez.
He's a good player.
Oh, we got the Andrew McCutchen.
Ooh, Pirates. Is that first stint or second stint?
That's second stint. Look at him. He's got a little gray in his goatee. All right, this is my first one of this guy. We got a little Orioles action. A little Taylor Ward for the Orioles.
That's a nice
Hell
one.
Yeah. Got the Victus bat there. Shout out Palmyra guys.
That's right. Jared Smith.
Right.
Shout
out. This is the chrome looking type card here. This is Jurickson Profar. So you can see how it's got a little shine to it.
Yep. A little glimmer.
Right. Yep.
And
then the last thing is a combo card of strikeout leaders. We got Garrett Crochet and Logan Webb.
That's awesome.
Two great. It's really cool. What you search in these is it's handwritten on the cards, like the autographs, and if they're numbered and stuff like that. They're actually like in marker on the cards, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So
yeah, that is neat.
But I'm not gonna lie, that's my one that I'm pretty excited about. Because I just ripped open a Sammy Basayo yesterday or 2 days ago with my son. We were pretty pumped. We love getting our Orioles. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It's awesome.
Sweet. You want to open the other pack, or are you gonna save it?
Want me to do it?
Do it.
Oh, all right, okay.
We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it until next time. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait until Trey's back with that stuff. But all right.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the horses. Enjoy your baseball. Stack your lasagna. because it's only one serving. Don't forget that.
Damn
It's
right.
words of wisdom to take into the weekend.
Yep. And
All right,
eat some
appreciate you.
passerby pierogies.
Passerby rookies.
They don't count.
Nope. All right, man. Appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Trey will be back next week. We got some cool stuff to talk about. So see you then.